and welcome to VOP Business Show. I am Kayla Abraham. Capital importation into Nigeria rose quarter-on-quarter by 6.78% to $1.13 billion in the first quarter of 2023 from $1.06 billion in the fourth quarter of 2022. Disclosing this in its capital importation report for the first quarter of 2023, the National Bureau of Statistics stated that the largest capital importation during the period was received from portfolio investment, which accounted for 57.3%, which is $649.28 million of total capital imported. The Bureau also noted that by sectors, capital importation into the banking sector recorded the highest inflow of $304.56 million, representing 26.9% of total capital imported in the first quarter of 2023. Foreign direct investment with 4.2%, which is $4.6 million. Now, the federal government disclosed that Nigeria currently accounts for 33% of the total gas reserves in Africa. While disclosing this through the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, it's added that the gas reserves in Nigeria could last for about 94 years. The Chief Executive Officer, NUPRC, Benga Komolafe, disclosed this in Abuja at the Nigerian Association for Energy Economics 16th Annual International Conference with the theme Energy Evolution, Transition and Reform, Prospects for African Economies. He stated that it was important to note that oil and gas would continue to guarantee energy security for Nigeria's massive population, estimated to be about 200 million. He noted that over the last 2 centuries, the world had witnessed the evolution of various energy sources, from the traditional biomass to coal, oil and gas, hydropower, wind, solar, blue hydrogen, and other renewable. He stated that the global call for decarbonization and increased focus on cleaner energies had provided the avenue for Africa to diversify its portfolio while leveraging its abundant oil and gas resources for energy security and economic development. The President's Nigeria Association for Energy Economics, Professor Yinka Omorogbe, stated that the NAEE had continued to play active role in building professional capacity for the oil and gas and power sectors in Nigeria. According to her, the conference had over the years brought to light the doggedness of the association in keeping with its objectives of providing a forum for the exchange of ideas and advancement of professional experience in energy economics. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has stated that it would delist any loan application harassing customers and asked Google to permanently delete such apps from its App Store. This was in response to the continued harassment and defamation being meted on Nigerians by these digital lenders. It was also the newest measures implemented by the federal government to protect Nigerians from the activities of these digital lenders. Earlier in the year, the FCCPC mandated loan apps to register with it. So far, 180 apps had got full or conditional approval from the Commission to operate in the country. Google also recently announced that the loan apps would not be allowed on its App Store without regulatory approval. In April, Google announced that loan apps on Play Store would lose the ability to access users' contacts or photos from May 31, 2023. Despite this, loan apps had continued to harass customers. The Chief Executive Officer of the FCCPC, Babatunde Irukera, stated that the Commission was ready to permanently shut down the activities of these apps. Mr. Irukera advised consumers to only take loans from approved loan apps since they were easier to find and sanction. Now, Nigeria has attracted the sum of $222.3 million in portfolio investment into the equity market in the first quarter of 2023. This data is coming from the National Bureau of Statistics Capital Importation Report for the first quarter of the year. According to Nairametrics, this represents a 4,472% rise from the immediate past quarter, the fourth quarter of 2023. Nigeria only attracted $56 million in foreign portfolio investment in equity as investors stayed out of the country due to its Forex policies. However, the successful 2023 elections appear to have swayed investors as they bid a return into the equities market. Former president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Ismaila Zakari, has called on President Bola Tinubu to urgently sign the Public Audit Bill into law to curb corruption in the public sector. Mr. Zakari, while lamenting the audit law used in the country today was enacted in 1956, stated that the new law, which was passed by the immediate past National Assembly, is still awaiting President's assent. The National Assembly in March this year announced the passage of the Federal Audit Service Bill that prescribes a 5-year jail term for any accounting officer who prevents the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation from accessing the account books. The bill, which also seeks the establishment of the Federal Audit Commission, is expected to, among other things, strengthen the OAGF and check endemic corruption in the system. The former ICANN boss noted that despite breaches to the Constitution that mandate such periodic publications, no one has been held accountable. He stressed that if the country's financial statements are not prepared, it would not know how precarious or otherwise its financial position is. That's all on VOP Business Show on VOP TV. We would like you to subscribe and engage us on YouTube. It is Voice of the People TV, and on other social media platforms at VOP TV Live. I'm Kayla Abraham. Thanks for watching.